And then we will use summation to increase the previously remembered number of meters covered with the currently covered meters during this one loop iteration. So this should look something like this. Okay, so what we are doing is taking the number of meters that have been covered in this loop iteration and adding them to the previously remembered total number of meters covered, sending that to the next loop iteration for the next calculation. When the vehicle is not on, then we will not use 0 anymore, because during the previous some of the previous loop iterations, while the vehicle was moving, some distance was covered, and we need to remember that distance. So we will just forward the previously measured or covered distance without adding anything more to this value. One more important thing to remember is to initialize the shift register. So we will use right-click menu, create constant, start with 0. So when you start the vehicle, it is suppose that the covered distance is 0. Okay. If you do not initialize the shift register and run the VI or your program several times, the first time it is run, it reserves a new memory space and writes the value that it gets to that memory space. But every next time the program runs, while the lab environment was still open, it uses the same memory space, and now there is already some value written to that memory space, and that value enters into your calculation if you do not initialize your shift register. So it messes up your calculation, and this is very difficult to discover if you don't take care of initialization when starting your loop. So initialization for the shift register is mostly a must. Don't forget to do this.